Hey friends, welcome back to A Christian Woman's Journey. You caught us on a really busy weekend. We're doing some massive freezing. First recipe up, we are going to be making homemade baked donuts. You know that one of our fails during No Spend November was going to a local donut shop, spending too much money on they were wonderful donuts, but they're not good for you. Baked donuts are a whole lot better for you. Let's get going. We had actually found these pans on sale, so thankful we picked them up when we did. We're going to use these to make our donuts, but first we're going to get a little bit of oil in them. We've got our dry ingredients here, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, and we've got in there somewhere a teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Just getting our wet ingredients going here. We've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. This is 4 teaspoons of melted butter. We're going to do also 2 eggs at room temperature. And we are doing 3/4 of a cup of milk plus 2 more tablespoons. We'll get that all in there. We're getting to the right texture here. So this is one way to load up your trays. We're loading a Ziploc bag and we'll pipe it into the trays. You can also just use a spoon. We've just used a scissor to make a small hole there. We're going to fill these about 3/4 of the way full. We've got these loaded and they're ready to go into a 350-degree oven. After 13 minutes in the oven, these look great. We're going to get these to a rack to cool. I want to go gentle with them. They're still kind of hot. So you can see me, I'm kind of just going all around here, trying not to break them. And that seems to be working. These are so cute. We actually have some dough left over. We'll probably get a few more donuts out of that. So we are going to let these cool, and then you can put whatever kind of topping you want on them or no topping at all. A little bit of Nutella. These are starting to look amazing. So much healthier and so much cheaper than buying from outside. Hey, so we are doing some massive freezer breakfast. We're going to start with some pancakes, maybe some waffles, and I will have a bonus homemade cereal recipe for you at the end. We are just starting to measure out the flour. And if you wonder where we get our recipe from, we go to the tried and true. We use this brand of buttermilk, and on the back, they have a wonderful recipe for pancakes. And we will be making a double load of these. We got our salt in, we got our baking powder, getting just a little bit of sugar. Got our buttermilk going in. We've added some oil. We've added 2 eggs. And we're going to get ready to whisk it, a little bit of water. So you may have your own recipes. Really use whatever it is you're comfortable with. We're getting our pan loaded here, and we're just cooking these up in some butter. Our stack here is growing. We've got our next batch going. Stack is growing. Still have some batter. Once these guys are all done and they're cool, we'll get them in Ziploc bags in the freezer. We will also be doing some freezer breakfast burritos. They are great. They're so handy to have around instead of eating breakfast on the run and spending a lot of money or buying breakfasts that are processed. Okay, so we're going to be stuffing these burritos with some eggs, some sausage, some cheese, and a little bit of seasoning. This recipe is very, very versatile. You'll see us using cheddar cheese. Don't go running out buying cheddar cheese. Use whatever cheese you have left over in your fridge. Same with the meat. You can leave it out. You can use bacon or just your meat of choice. We're going to get these eggs a scrambling and a frying. We got lots of eggshells for our citrus plants. They'll love that. And we emptied out a whole carton of eggs. This will be great to sprout seeds. So for our breakfast burritos, we have 2 pounds of sausage and we've got 16 eggs. Just get this nice and broken up and then I'll season it. So I usually add chili powder and homemade seasoned salt. I can't find my seasoned salt, so I'm going to improvise a little bit. I'm just adding black pepper and salt to taste. Also some chili powder to taste. That smells wonderful. We'll get this nice and mixed in. With the chili powder, I put in a couple of tablespoons. Because I don't have my seasoned salt, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some onion powder also to taste. Once we've got everything nice and mixed and broken up, it's time to load. Getting my tortilla loaded here, and I have some cheese. Like I say, use whatever cheese you want. We're just going to sprinkle this on. Perfect, and then we're ready to roll. And there we go. We're going to put these on the side and wrap them for the freezer. If your tortillas are not flexible enough, just heat them in the microwave for a few seconds. Got our stack growing over there. Just finishing up our wrapping here. Amazing, that went so quickly. Many hands make the workload light. We have a beautiful stack of breakfast burritos for the freezer. We have a little bit left. That will make a perfect breakfast. I have pitas in the fridge. This is great for stuffing. And the dog gets a treat. We are gearing up now for a super healthy bonus recipe, homemade cereal. Okay, so first up, we're going to add a half a cup of fruit. This is dried fruit. I have golden raisins. I had some dates in the fridge. I said, let me use those up. And I have some dried pineapple. Again, the recipe's so versatile. You add whatever it is you like. Let's get this in the food processor. Now the fruit is really sticky, so I'm going to add the cinnamon now, and I'm going to zip this up before I add anything else. Again, even with the cinnamon, it's really versatile. Some people like cardamom, some people like nutmeg, some people like nothing at all. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to zip this up first. So I just want to show you what this looks like. I've pulsed this a number of times, and it really helps to break up the dried fruit. And the cinnamon coats the outside, so it really isn't as sticky as it was. Next up is 2 cups of nuts. Again, super versatile. I had a lot of bags of nuts in the fridge. They were just kind of sitting there with a few nuts in each of them, taking up a lot of space. So I have almond slivers in here. I have some pecans. I have some walnuts, which are absolutely great for you. And I made up the balance with peanuts. Again, do what it is you like. And again, we're going to just pulse this until these break up kind of coarsely. Okay, so you see this kind of coarsely chopped and mixing nicely with the fruit. We're ready for our next step. I'm going to add a half a cup of seeds. I have about equal amounts of sunflower seeds and pepitas. I love both, but again, this is versatile. You do what you like. And again, we're going to pulse a few times. Looking absolutely great. We're ready to add a sweetener. Okay, so we're ready for 3 tablespoons of sweetener. I have some agave here that I'm going to be using. If you want to use honey, that's fine too. Maple syrup, again, it's up to you. Very versatile. And like before, we're going to pulse this maybe 5 or 6 times. Let's give a look. This cereal looks amazing. It is ready to be stored in this glass container, and then I'll pop it in the fridge. Okay, so our final product is in this jar. Like I say, ready to go into the fridge. I've got about 3 cups of cereal here. This is a very, very dense cereal. So when I have some of this with milk in the morning, I'm going to add much less to my bowl than I would, let's say, if it were a processed store-bought cereal. That tends to be very, very light. Friends, I hope you really enjoyed those breakfast ideas. I hope you liked the baked donut idea too. Anything that we can do to make your meal prep easier, cheaper, faster, whatever that's good for you, we want to be able to bring that to you. If you're liking these videos, please like and subscribe. That really helps us. Okay, friends, it's so good to see you again. To God be the glory. We will see you again really soon.